Right, just a short video about the Ukrainian counteroffensive. John Partial has compared it to the Second Battle of El Alamein, which is it's an apt comparison, but I think it has more in common with the Normandy. The terrain is not the same. Well, around the Zaporizhzhia it's flat, open. It is around Cal as well, where the Brits were hammering their heads against the elite German units and pulling them there by hammering their heads against them. But it's not bocage country, so in that respect it's different. But I will say that the way the Germans used the bocage to set up, well, every new field was a defense line. And that reminds me a bit of what's happening in Ukraine right now. So while the Second Battle of El Alamein took 9 or 12 days, I can't remember, I think this is going to be more like Normandy, which took 6 weeks from landing to breakout. Almost 7 if I recall correctly. 6 weeks of bloody slugging through every defended village, every defended field, every defended bocage field, every windbreak, which was massive and served as a defense line. So I think if we want to understand what's going on in Ukraine and maybe get a perspective on it, we should probably look to the Normandy campaign. And well, yeah, it was these days 79 years ago, just as the Ukrainians are now trying to break through in Zaporizhzhia. So also, if my comparison is correct, the main attack, or what looks to be the main attack, the main push, is designed to draw in the Russian reserves, which is what I predicted from the start, that the Ukrainians would make at least one fake or feint attack where they would draw in the Russian reserves and then break through somewhere else. And if my comparison is right, the attack we're seeing right now is not the real one. It's designed to make the Russians deploy their reserves, and it seems it's succeeding, but there are many layers of defense lines. There's between 5 and 7 if I have read the maps correctly and the Finnish report. So it will be a while and it will be bloody work, but it could be that we'll see a comparison to Normandy, where with the Cobra, when the final breakthrough came, then the entire German front collapsed. Maybe the Russian will as well, we shall see. There are other comparisons that are apt, because the German supply lines were bombed to pieces by the Allies, and the Russian supply lines are being high-masked and storm-shadowed and partisaned. So that reminds me of the Normandy campaign as well. Anyway, study the Normandy if you want to understand what is happening in Zaporizhzhia.